I don't know if Madge will finish the year with Brisbane just quietly, especially if they keep losing.
Are you manifesting or are you hypothesising?
I'm hypothesising. I'm not manifesting a bloke losing his job. How dare you?
Yeah, we've sat here and done it before.
Yeah, we have.
Gee, that would be a big call.
A big call.
Early days.
Big call, but you don't get that long at the Bronx.
You don't?
No.
What's the run been? Seabold, too tactical. Kevy, too nice. Madge, too mean.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the playing group.
No, it's not the playing group. And you know what?
No.
I might be time to just go no coach and just if they're that unconscionable, just go no coach. You boys just go sort it out if you're the experts.
Put the yellow back on Alf. Let him run the joint.
Yeah, would it be the best thing or the worst thing?
It'd be entertaining.
It would be entertaining. I'm here for it.
New South Wales will take Madge back.
Yeah, no. He can just he can retire. He'll be fine. Let's talk Bronx Titans while we're on a bit of a Broncos train.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about in particular?
I don't know, man. Like I've never felt like I didn't feel this defeated when we were bottom of the ladder in like 2021. So I just
those were some dark days.
These feel darker.
It's because the expectations are so high, right?
Correct. And the Titans somehow have a very good record against us at Suncorp.
They have a habit of getting up.
They have a habit of getting up, playing well against Big Brother.
Yep.
Even though they are bottom of the ladder at the moment, how do you see this one going?
Yeah, it's a yucky game to tip, isn't it? Two very inconsistent teams. Titans, I think, just inconsistent for a number of reasons we spoke about on the podcast this week, but a lot of inconsistency in the spine and on the edges, the way they defend, their edge defense in particular. Sometimes they're jamming, sometimes they're retreating. A lot of that's got to do because there's new guys coming in every other week. But then even through the middle, like when Tino's not on the field, their ruck defense struggles.
Yep.
And, they've got guys playing out of position. They've got a utility half playing 80 minutes on the edge in Chris Randall. So it's a tough going for the Titans right now, but for different reasons. Your Bronx, who just look like a team of individuals to me at the moment. Like the best teams in the comp clearly define roles for their players, and those roles complement each other and they fit into a system. Like a good example or a good comparison, I think that at the moment is a guy like Jordan Ricky, whose role typically has been like almost Liam Martin areas. He'll tackle for days and he's excellent on the kick chase, like so good. On the weekend, he's flying out of the system and trying to jam the winger or the fullback as they're catching it. He's missing the tackle. And then he leaves a space in the line. And then you've got a lazy kick chase supporting him on the inside and on the open side. So that's just one example. But to me, it just seems like a bunch of guys playing within themselves at the moment. It makes this hard to tip.
Anything could happen here realistically. And I won't ask you for a Titans try scorer because we have no idea what 13 Desi's going to trot out.
Yep.
Like, for all we know, Bremo could be playing prop forward this week. Like,
if he's back from his concussion.
Oh, God, I didn't even know about that.
So. Yeah, well, he sat out last week and like they looked much better with Foran. I think in attack, when Foz is on the field, we get closer to the better version of this Titans team, but there's only so much one player can do defensively.
For sure.
I'm probably leaning towards the Broncos at home in a narrow one. Bronx 1-12, I think I like at the moment. I'm just back in their class and just hoping that we see a response.
Something's got to gel eventually.
Something's got to give.
Yeah, I think it's my mental health and well-being. It's been given.
I think if we're going to see any points, it's going to come through that left edge. Ezra Mam is 2 games back, and the Bronx haven't made a lot of positive actions with the ball, but the ones they have come through Ezra. So, yeah, Bronx 1-12 at home, and Ezra Mam anytime. Give me again.
You know how to say the right words.
Maybe I'll back him this week.
Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. All right, let's go back in time a little bit from Broncos Titans. Let's talk Storm Cows.
Yeah, let's.
Another game this game I'm looking forward to.
Yep.
Storm obviously very good against the Titans last week.
Were they very good? They were good enough.
Good enough to beat the team on bottom of the table. And then the Cows sort of just scraping home by skin of their dicks.
Yeah, I'm mad. That's why I want to talk about this. Someone once said to me that if you lose your money, you got to go back and look for it where you lost it.
Oh, wow.
And last
That's
week,
profound.
Isn't it?
Gee, I'm
Last
writing that
week, I was very keen on the Tigers to beat the Cowboys. North Queensland's middle, particularly once fatigue sets in, and we saw a highlighted example of it against Wests last week, but very, very passive middle once fatigue sets in. They get rolled through the middle, and I thought May's offloading and Jareem's support play it could have done a trick, and instead the Tigers spent the first half with 12 men on the field for half of it. So
Makes it hard.
they clawed back and they looked really good. But I'm going back to the well here. I think I've taken. No, did I? No, I took the Sharks. I think there's value in Storm here to do a job on the Cowboys.
We're talking 13 plus?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Cows. They looked exhausted by full time against Wests, and the fatigue that Melbourne can put into you from the kickoff rather than halfway through the second half like Wests did last week, I think it'll pay dividends late in the half. So, Pappenhausen for me anytime, and Storm 13 plus in that one.
It is a short turnaround for them.
Yep.
Let's discuss the other team from last week that you've just mentioned, the Tigers.
Yep.
They're taking on the Panthers this week. It is Jerome Luai versus Nathan Cleary for the first time.
First time ever in first grade?
Ever?
Yes.
Yes.
So good. I wonder the head noise going between the two of them this week. It'd be interesting. Luai's going to be chirping, right?
Chirping, and I reckon he runs at him early.
Yeah?
He knows that shoulders.
What are they? They're on the same side of the field, so
Even if they're not, he'll just cut left and find him.
he's going to send Sam Fineu at him a few times, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How do you see this this rivalry game? I'm going to call it now playing out.
Yeah, well, we were recording Tuesday morning, so still waiting to see if Latu Fineu comes back from injury to play at 6 for Wests. Heath Mason did a good job there last week. He's a good running support player, and they put him in some nice areas in that comeback attempt. But it's pretty much going to be Luai, Appy, and Buller versus what Cleary's doing, which, like, he had no try assists last week, but the way he manipulated Parramatta's line and kicked them to death and dominated possession and field position, that was Cleary at his best. I find it very difficult to tip against him here, but I'm going to go it in a grind as well. I really like the way West's competing. So Penrith 1-12 for me in this one, and give me Dylan Edwards anytime.
Yeah, not bad. Are you buying any of the noise that he might go to rugby union, or is that just...
I don't even care.
Yeah, correct. Correct answer, Oscar. All right. Before we get out of here, I want a multi from those 3 games.
Yep.
So Storm Cows, what are you thinking there?
Give me Ryan Pappenhausen any time in Storm Cows.
Yep. Bronx Titans.
Broncos 1-12.
Tigers Panthers.
And give me Penrith 1-12 as well.
There you go. All right. That's up on your screen now, punters. Oscar, good to see you, mate.
That's it.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website